Good morning, it's day 7 on my TGO challenge. Had a wonderful night in the Premier Inn in Aviemore last night. It was nice to be on a real bed. Ate lots of food, had lots of drinks. The laundrette was shut by the time I got there, so I hand washed everything in the sink. It wasn't all dry by the morning, and the hairdryer still couldn't finish it all off. But today is only a 12-mile amble through the Rothiemurchus Estate, and I should be at the campsite by 12, 1ish. So I can do it all properly then. Well, this is the kind of woodland that I just absolutely adore. Scots Pines, birch trees just moving slightly in the breeze. And it's a nice cool day today as well. So I'm going to take it slow and just enjoy it and bear up ahead of tomorrow, because tomorrow is over Ben Macdui. Well, here we are, the castle on Loch Alien, which for me marks exactly halfway, which is both a nice thought and a scary thought at the same time. Well, this has been a wonderful stroll this morning. 12 miles through the woodlands, around a few small lochs. Loch Morlich is just on my left there, and so I'm only going to go round to the campsite now, get some laundry done, just relax for the afternoon ahead of tomorrow. But this is exactly what I needed halfway across. Good morning. It's 6:45, day 8 of the TGO challenge. Today is Ben Macdui. I woke up this morning to ice on the tent, and that's just because it's been blue, clear skies. There's no cloud to trap the warmth in. So I've got up as soon as I can, and I'm hoping to make a good dent in some of the ascent today before it really starts to heat up from mid-morning onwards. And then once I've gone and ticked off Ben Macdui, it's down to Loch Etchachan and then down to Derry Lodge. So it's going to be a hard day. It's going to be 3,500 feet of ascent, but I'm hoping that yesterday's shorter day will have helped ease that a little bit. Well, I've just passed through the Cairngorm Ski Centre and it's just gone 8. And the views down to Glenmore and then Aviemore are just unbelievable. Challenge Control Mick said to me yesterday, said if there's ever a time for you to do Ben Macdui, now is the time. So yeah, thank you Mick, that was the encouragement I needed. So I've done 1,000 feet of the ascent, I've got another 2,500 of the daily ascent left to go. This is going to be tough, but there is at least a nice cool breeze, and the higher you go, the cooler it gets. So fingers crossed this isn't too painful. This climb, this spur seems to be endless. I'm not suffering yet, but I'm just really keen to see the end of these false summits. Okay, well I'm now making my way up to Ben Macdui. Wind is definitely a lot colder up here. I've had to layer up. It's nice and refreshing. You can actually see down into the bottom of Larrick Grue down there. And I'm sure there's a number of challengers that are making their way through there today. Okay, that's Ben Macdui done, and that was surprisingly a lot easier than I was fearing. I found the first week really hard going. Maybe my body's just eased into it, maybe the cool wind made it easier, I don't know, but either way I'm feeling really good, and that's today's ascent done. So now it's down to Loch Etchachan. It's going to be knee braking stuff, I would imagine, because it's going to be rough bouldery stuff with a heavy pack on. I'll take it slow. I've got all day, all afternoon to get down into Derry Lodge. Yeah, feeling really good. Well, that brings today to a glorious end. There's just something about Upper Glen Derry, isn't there? I do have a thing about Scots Pines. I think it's because there's no uniformity to them. They're just full of such character. And the fact that they're all spread out up there, I think probably means that you just get to see it all and appreciate each individual one. Don't know, maybe it's just me. But either way, Ben Macdui is long forgotten. I can barely remember what it was like up there now because I've just enjoyed this last mile so much. So I think it's time for me to now go find somewhere to pitch my tent, get some food going, and have a paddle in the stream.
Good morning. I slept reasonably well last night, despite the fact that it did drop cold in the night. And I'm still in bed at 7:30, but I'm really enjoying sitting here while the sun is now hitting the tent and warming it up and starting to dry off some of the condensation. Today is only a shortish 10 miles and it's downhill most of the way as well. So I'm going to enjoy some luxuries in Braemar because it's the last time I'm going to be in a campsite until I get into Brechin for the final day, really. I guess at some point I'm going to have to drag myself out of bed and get going today.
Up to Clashfennig, I think that's how you pronounce it. That was going to be on my route. It was on my route last year. I decided not to take it, but to go straight down into Braemar on my FWA. And that's not because it's bad weather, obviously it's not, and it's not because I'm feeling weary. I'm not. I had such a good day yesterday. I just sort of feel like I don't need to prove anything to anyone. It's 9 miles into Braemar today. Why take 15 when I don't need to? And also, by going this way, I can revisit a place that I went to last year, which is on the other side of the river. And I took a couple of images that I liked, but then after you've had time to sit with them, you spot things that you don't quite like, or the framing's not quite right, or yeah, you just want to improve on it. So I'm hoping to revisit those spots. Maybe I'll improve upon it, maybe I won't, maybe it's changed, who knows, but it's going to itch a scratch. Or scratch an itch, I don't know. But either way, I'm just going to enjoy today for what it is. Well, that was a wonderful cup of coffee I just had at Mar Lodge with the other challengers I met there. It's the first cup of coffee I've had in over a week and it was lovely. So now it's over Victoria Bridge and onto Braemar, following the route that I took last year. Nice to see some familiar ground. Just spent ages pottering about here trying to find out the spot where I took that one photo of the birch tree. I'll put up on the screen now. going, well, it couldn't have been that hard, you know, it's just a birch tree by itself. Yeah, there's loads of individual birch trees all by themselves doing a sort of a lean. And I moved all of, what's this, 5 meters? And I just saw, I don't know if you can make it out here, but that little, I don't know if it's a cottage of some kind, but with a red roof on it. And I thought, oh, that's quite nice, and the trees are framing it down the way. So it just goes to show sometimes going back to the same locations is really worthwhile. I think perhaps the first time you do it, you're sort of just soaking it in a little bit and maybe not seeing some of the finer details, and the second time perhaps a little bit more focused. So on to the second image I'm hoping I can find, which was a group of 3 birch trees together, like a little family of them, and see if I can find that one. Well, that's a real shame. I spent ages going up and down and back and forth and round trying to find the spot that I took the second image from, and I can't find it anywhere. But I found the first one and I got an additional photo that I'm really pleased with, so that's a success. Just a shame that I can't see where the other one was. Still looking, but I think it's probably further back up. I've got about half a mile now into Braemar, where I can get some fish and chips and lots of orange juice.